the pigs. So to the Rahmans and the Muhammads. To the Rahmans and the Muhammads. To the Alis and the Abdullahs. To the Alis and the Abdullahs. To the Rafids. To the Rafids. To the Rafids. To the Rafids. To the pigs. To the pigs. Who can call themselves by the name of Islam? Who can call themselves by the name of Islam? To the Muhammads. To the Muhammads. With some respect on that name. With some respect.
The true believer knows that none of this is in vain, that this is all jihad, that this is all ibadah, and that this is all counted for by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How gangsta are you? If you get suspended, if you get doxxed, because it's bound to happen when you're doing a righteous cause and when you're doing something for the sake of Allah here in the West, it will never ever be in vain. And the true believer does not fear that, because the true believer knows that the akhirah is a promise.
What would happen to a gay couple in Gaza?
Executed according to Islamic law. Islam doesn't endorse gayism. Islam doesn't endorse homosexuality.
Okay, so would you like to see Sharia law in Canada replace Canadian law?
At some point it will. You know, because we have families, we are making babies. You're not. Your population is going down the slump, right? By 2060, Muslims will be the biggest religious group the world over. What are you going to do then? We owe our allegiance and our loyalty first and foremost to our religion, not to the Queen. To be honest, when I went for my so-called oath, I was silent. I didn't say anything. It was your responsibility to make sure you got it out of me.
I got to tell you right now, I am absolutely terrified. As a Christian man, I am terrified. What happened to the Lord's Prayer? You know, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Whatever happened to that? When do we start glorifying the Islamic religion? When do we start doing this in the middle of the streets? And this is a problem too. In these Muslim countries, in Libya, in Egypt, in Iran, in Iraq, Afghanistan, you cannot, as a Christian man, go to these countries and try to convert a Muslim person. You cannot do that. That is against the law. You cannot try to convert a Muslim man to Christianity. You cannot do that. But they can come here. And again, this is one of the things that makes America great. But at the same time, they can come over here and try to preach Islamic religion and try to convert as many Christians to Islam as possible. And that's okay. So hold on, let me get this straight one more time. I cannot, as a Christian man, go to Iran or Iraq or Afghanistan or Libya and try to convert a Muslim man from Islam to Christianity, but they can come over here and try to convert Christianity to Islam. And somehow this is acceptable. Thank God Donald Trump is the president of this country right now, because who knows where this is going? We have seen so far right now that the Democratic Party is sided against the Jewish people. The Jewish people, Christianity goes back to Jerusalem time. Like, they are our brothers and sisters. If there's anybody that needs to be supportive of the Jewish community right now, it's the Christians. And we see our brothers and sisters being attacked left and right. Not only attacked, we see them being killed in the street by crazy people. We see pro-Palestinian flags, which mean to do the Jewish people harm, which mean to do the Israeli people harm. Globalized intifada, which is a Palestinian phrase that means we are going to have a violent uprising against the Jewish people, against the Israeli people. From the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea, that is what the Palestinian people want to take over. They want to see the Israeli people no more. And we have people in this country right now siding with the terrorists, siding with the Palestinian people who allowed Hamas to come into their country and do this 9/11 attack, October 7, 2023. Killing over 1,200 people and taking over 250 Israeli people hostages. Now, I completely believe this is strategy on Hamas, okay? Because what Hamas, you know, back in the day, when you were going to war with somebody and you would meet in an open battlefield and you would just one-on-one and see who's the last man standing and that's who determines who won that battle. That's not how it is anymore, because terrorists know, Hamas know that they can't go against Israel. Israel will destroy them. But what Hamas does is they take hostages, and I 100% believe that they are taking some hostages and putting them in these positions that they know are going to get bombed or whatever. So when Israel responds and attacks, they say, oh, these innocent people were killed. These innocent people. Well, I can't believe Israel. And all these people now are siding with Palestinian people. They know if I take hostages, Israel just can't bomb us. I have your people over here. So right now, if we're seeing in this country, as a Christian man, if you're seeing everything that's going on in this country, you're seeing the Jewish people under attack, and you see not only them being under attack, you see people aren't signing with them. People are showing them so much hate. If they're supposed to be our brothers and sisters, what happens next? I mean, in the world right now, there's about 2.6 billion Christians. There's about 2 billion Muslims out there, split between Sunni and Shia. And, and then you have the rest of the religions. But right now, I mean, the scary thing about it is that when you are born a Muslim man, that's all you believe is Islam. There is no going back and forth and converting. That is what from the day you are born to the day you die, you are Islam. That's what you believe. That's it. Now it's the point where in America, some people you have all these different things out here in America. You have people that don't believe in God, all these atheists. You have people that believe in Satan, which I don't understand how you believe in Satan and not believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, because Lucifer was a fallen angel. So I don't understand how that correlates, but it's just, it doesn't make sense to me how our Jewish brothers and sisters are being attacked, because guess what? Christians are next. If there's anybody that needs to be on the side of the Jewish person, on the Jewish people right now, it is Christians. And it is so scary for them right now. And it's scary for us because for some reason, we are pandering. We are pandering to these communities, the Nation of Islam and all these other people, and saying, oh, you know what? Jewish people, you guys are the terrible ones. You guys are the aggressors, even though they were attacked first. So if the Jewish people are under attack in this country, what's to stop them from attacking Christians? What's next? You can't even say the Lord's Prayer in school anymore. So how does this make sense? You can't say the Lord's Prayer in school anymore, but you can teach kids about transgender behaviors. I can't say the Pledge of Allegiance in school anymore, but I can teach kids about gay behaviors. Right now, the Jewish people are under attack. Christianity right now is under attack. And now you have this governor who has allowed the Islamic prayer to be played in the middle of the streets in Minnesota before the Lord's Prayer.
Now allowing the Islamic call to prayer to be broadcast from speakers year-round 5 times a day. In tonight's Weekend Journal, David Schumann of WCCO reports it is a first for a major U.S. city.
The Muslim call to prayer, recited in here, heard out there.
I am so confused on how Minnesota can allow this Islamic prayer to be played before the Lord's Prayer. Tim Walz, and again, I'm not surprised by Tim Walz. It's something that he does. This is what the Democratic Party does. Whatever the wind's blowing, if there's some type of trend, whether it's illegal immigration, whether it's a Muslim community, whatever it is, that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to side in. Instead of the American people and figuring out how this country can be even more Christian, we're playing the Islamic prayer 5 times a day on speakers every day out of the year. What's to stop that from spreading to California, to New York, to Chicago, these blue cities that pander? Instead of sticking up for Americans, instead of sticking up for the Jewish community, they pander. And again, if you want to come to America and you want to be what you want and you want to believe what you want, by all means, that's what makes this country the best country. That's why millions of people are trying to come to this country every single year. Be whatever you want to be. That is what makes this country the best. But what I'm saying is America will always be a Christian country first, period, end of story. We right now need to make sure that our Jewish brothers and sisters are protected. And if you are wavering in any way, shape, or form, right now is the best time to be a Christian. Because God puts you through tests. He really does. God puts you through a lot of tests. You could be going through so much right now in your life. You could have lost a loved one. You could have lost your job. You could have lost so many different things. And you question, you say, man, I don't know. Why is God doing this? I have no idea why God is doing this to me. You don't have the answers. Sometimes you question. I've been there. You question faith. You just like, God, I asked you for this, and I wanted you to give me this, and you didn't give me that. And I'm just so mad, and you're angry. And then guess what? You stop praying. He puts us through these tough times to test us. You're never going to get anything without a test. Nothing that's worth accomplishing is worth it if you don't be put through some type of trial or tribulation, some type of test that's going to say, yeah, you know what? I earned this, or God blessed me with this. And just because he doesn't bless you with something right now doesn't mean that he's not going to bless you with something in the future that might be better for you, better than you even thought. But right now, with all the hate that's going around in this country, all the stuff that's happening around the world, you got the terrible flooding in Texas, you got all this stuff going on. Now is the time to be around your loved ones and just pray and just understand that God is there, and we have to have people, we have to elect leaders that are going to put Christianity first, that are going to put God first. So it doesn't matter who we have in this country, it doesn't matter what's going on, people who we elect into office are going to be Christians, but Jesus Christ first. That's it. Because if you put the wrong people in there, like Manani in New York, who could possibly be the next mayor of New York, you put the wrong people in there, like Tim Walsh, who's allowing the Islamic prayer on the streets of Minnesota. You could put the wrong people in there, and all of a sudden, Christianity becomes Islam. Nothing is more important than the Christian faith. We have to have it. It is a necessity in America. It's a necessity all across the world. But nothing should come first before our Christian faith. And we should elect leaders who's going to put Christianity over everything. This is the best country in the world, but you have to elect leaders that believe in God, that believe in Jesus Christ. Because if you do not, and you start electing the wrong leaders, this country is going to start going down. So like, comment, subscribe. See you next time.